Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have
The Rockets on their way to the locker room earlier on, looking to deliver. And David Aldridge, influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Hudson is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Layman in at the small forward. Luka Doncic, 2019 Rookie of the Year. Did you have any idea he would be this good?
Yes.
You knew it.
I went nuts.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe Atlanta straight away.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I thought Phoenix should have taken him. I thought Sacramento should have taken him. And I still can't believe they didn't. You know, it's really weird when people just throw away the EuroLeague like it's, you know, like it's like people playing at the Y.
And he was decorated.
It's a really good league.
Oh my goodness.
He played a 90-game season and they won the title and he was named the playoff MVP. Like I don't know what else you need. And he was 19 and he's definitely special and he seemed special a year ago. So I'm not surprised.
Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to the Bucks. About 1 minute into the first. The 3 from Harden. They get it back. And it's Capella missing.
And the cold start gets a little colder. Just 1 for 4 to start the game.
The shot by George, no good. The Rockets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And from everything we're hearing, Bill, the draft's one and done aspect may be coming to an end. Like it?
For me, the G League is the key to all of this. I would like to see the guys come right out of high school and go into the G League and have an actual infrastructure that's attached to the real team.
And the G League is having an effect on the NBA. There are a lot of former guys from that late playing in the big league.
And the other thing is, like, sports rights are becoming more and more valuable with the streaming services and just the fact that you can watch a game anywhere you are. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it if you're in China. You can watch it if you're in Hawaii. And I think the G League should be a bigger thing. So if they can figure out a way to kind of steal college basketball's corner with some of this stuff while also preparing these guys. The one and done, that makes no sense to me. I don't understand what anyone gains from going to college for 5 months and then pretend they're a college student.
On defense, the Rockets. Bill, when it comes to opinions on Russell Westbrook's game, people have a lot of different points of view. What's your thought?
I mean, there's never been a more polarizing player in this generation than him. And I didn't think he was the MVP 2 years ago. I actually thought he was a little underrated last year. I voted for him for the second team All-NBA because he just plays hard every single night, and he's frustrating. And he's going to do 7 things in a game that you don't like, and he takes too many shots, and he's hard to play with. But the force of personality and the intensity he has night after night after night in this league where everybody's load management and picking their spots, like, I really respect it. So I've come around a little bit. I think, I don't know how much longer it's going to last.
He's a warrior, isn't he? Just
like one of those football running backs.
Yes.
Oh, man. And that's what it's like to watch Westbrook.
That's a good comparison.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him. Get that lead even bigger.
Westbrook against George. Now, here's Westbrook. He's guarded closely. And it's sent back by George.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the dunk by Doncic.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
To stop the run. Here's Capella. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
But you also got to give credit to the offense, too. I mean, they exploited every hole they saw in the defense.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Seth Curry in for Luka Doncic.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
Now, here's George. Not a lot of room. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Clemens, defended by George. They get it again. Capella, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I've got a big man perspective, and I can tell you Capella is an elite rebounder in this league.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the game right now. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
George from deep three-point land. Another 3 for Dallas.
Some players might wear down during this kind of run. He's only getting strong.
Rockets trail by 7. Clemens, defended by George. For Houston, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. The first free throw is... And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
so
see your
sneakers,
clothes.
hats,
Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement
Gloves.
deals? Where's our endorsement
Well, if
deal,
they
buddy?
don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right here.
I'm ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Porzingis. He's out there with Boban Marjanovic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Gordon finds Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. From 11 feet away, it's rebounded by Dallas. George passes to Doncic. Back to George. This one for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Well, when he's hitting from range on a consistent basis, it makes everything easier offensively.
Now here's Westbrook. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Inside, and George with the stuff.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Well, Bill, I know you've got to run. Marvelous to have you on the program. Wish we could do it more often.
Let's do it right now. I don't have to run. Can I stay?
Yes, you can
All
always
right.
stay.
I don't want to leave.
You have a free ticket here anytime you want.
I want to stay, please.
The microphone's always open.
Thank you.
And, GA, what a pleasure to talk with Bill about this game. He brings that superfan perspective.
From a young child watching games at the Garden, and you sense he's never lost that wonder and enthusiasm. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Look, they can't leave him alone for a second on the perimeter. Not the way he's shooting the 3 tonight.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
So many of his points came at the line. The D was trying to play him physically, and he just said, yeah, bring it on.
So it's the Mavericks now. Harden missing his last shot. Outside, George. Doncic passes to George. But they'll get another chance. From past the arc. Westbrook pulls it in. Rockets trail by 10. To stop the drought, knocks down the 3-ball. Westbrook's got 7 points.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
George from deep three-point land. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Toughness and energy on the boards. An easy putback to show for it.
And so, thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Layman is out there with Hudson, and it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Well, sometimes it just looks unfair with the way Harden can create space. And then, Chris, he'd get that shot up.
His step-back jumper is a thing of beauty. I'm not talking about his almost travel double step-back, just his regular. I mean, he has so many tools to create space with his footwork, and he makes the most out of what you give him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Stolen by George. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
So here's Westbrook. He has 7. And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now, here's George. He's got 31. Marjanovic makes it off the glass. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Westbrook against George. Westbrook kicks to Layman. Pass to Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
And how about the balance of Doncic on?
Tries a 3 off the inbound. Drills it from outside. George has got 34 points.
His three-point game has been incredible tonight. If he comes even close to repeating his first half performance, it's going to be a crazy game for him.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Rockets with possession here. Passes it to Sumner. Yes, that goes in. Sumner's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he's a guy that can do many things well. I mean, Gordon is far from just a shooter. He's good at passing, too.
Nobody near George. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Rockets trail by 11. Here's Sumner. He's got 7. Robertson the pass to McLemore. Shot clock reset for the Rockets. Tipped away. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. So for the Rockets, Hudson comes in for Eric Gordon. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Robertson. Dallas also making some changes. Porzingis, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Seth Curry. Now here is George. 37 points for him.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA. Well, they'll take that, but they got to find a better shot than that on their next trip.
Here's the three. Another three for Dallas.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
The main strength of Capella's offensive game, I mean, he uses his athleticism to power home these alley-oops.
The three from George. Sinks the triple. George has got 16 here in the second half.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their strategy. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Mavericks, Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Jalen Brunson, and it's George in at the point. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
For the three, doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Lots of room. And he gets the jumper to drop. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
And George, here we go.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives, who bringing awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. Westbrook up top, defended by George. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Chris, there is that transition from being a player to retirement. It can be a challenge for some. What were the keys that you found in succeeding at that?
Well, first I think is adjusting to the fact you don't have the same schedule. You don't have a physical release that you used to have. You miss the locker room and the camaraderie with all the guys. And so you miss the culture. But secondly, I would say take all the lessons that you learned, and for me this was big, from sports, and use them in business. So in business I became a rookie in other areas. I found a Chris Mullin type in business. I found a Latrell Sprewell type, guys that would mentor you, guys that you would play on their team. game, humble yourself, get back to it, get to practice, get to meetings early, stay at practice late, stay at meetings, and be the last one that leaves, and just take the culture of basketball, infuse that athletic personality into the personality of whatever you go into next, and you can use those tenets to have a wonderful retirement and really enjoy it. So for me, it's been awesome. And by the way, I've had twins, and so since retiring, and that'll keep you just as busy as it was you were playing. So you can find ways to keep that same lifestyle.
That's right, and some sound advice too. Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But, GA, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Here's Harden. And he overshot that one, missing.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Mavericks.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And then for Dallas, Jackson, he's checked in for Porzingis. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's DeLon Wright in for Luka Doncic. .104 left in the fourth quarter. Sumner passes to Clemens. And here is Howard, defended by George. There's the pass to Sumner. The Rockets with another miss. And George, here we go. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
.43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Clemens. Here's Hartenstein, and he uses the glass on the layup.
He's not going to back off when he's down. I mean, when he's got a chance to attack the basket.
Now, here is George. He's tightly guarded. No good from outside. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Sumner, guarded by Wright. Now Marjanovic. Porter finds George. Now here's Marjanovic. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were
They never got it. They sure did. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long.